statement. I give the floor to the representative of the Russian Federation.
Madam President, we thank the Special Representative of the Secretary General and the head of the United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan, Ms. Deborah Lyons, for her views and assessment of the situation in the country. We believe UNIMA plays an important role in coordinating international assistance to Afghanistan. We listened carefully to the assessments of the drug threat presented by UNODC Executive Director Gada Wali. We also thank Ms. Maria Kami, Director of the Afghan Women's Network, for her briefing. We welcome the participation of the Foreign Minister of Afghanistan in today's meeting. Today's meeting takes place against the backdrop of the April 14th announcement of the withdrawal of foreign troops from Afghanistan. The deteriorating situation in the country is causing increasing concern. The balance of power today looks disheartening. Violence is rampant in the country. Just as more than 20 years ago, a serious challenge continues to be posed by the terrorist threat that remains present in Afghanistan. Over these years, the situation in this respect has worsened due to the appearance of ISIL and other terrorist organizations and related groups in the country. Terrorist fighters are maintaining sleeper cells in the north and east of Afghanistan and are building up capacity in order to consolidate their influence in the country and spread terrorist activity from Afghanistan to the Central Asian region. The Afghan wing of ISIL Khorasan has not lost its ability to organize large-scale terrorist attacks in various parts of the country, including Kabul, using suicide bombers and improvised explosive devices. There is fresh evidence of their atrocities in the barbaric attacks on a girls' school in May of this year and the attack on a group of mine clearance workers in June. Another tragic trend is ongoing ISIL attacks on representatives of religious and ethnic minorities. In addition to civilians, including women and children, Afghan military and police personnel are also killed by terrorists daily. We pay tribute to their heroism and their courage. It is absolutely clear that behind the actions of these thugs is a desire to instill a sense of fear and incessant violence in ordinary Afghans. The terrorist threat is inextricably linked to the drug problem. Unfortunately, despite ongoing efforts, drug production and drug trafficking in the country continue to cause serious concern. Afghan narcotics remain a powerful driver of terrorism and a source of income for militants. The rather limited coverage of this topic in the Secretary General's report is disappointing. Glossing over or downplaying the terrorist and drug threat in Afghanistan, especially in the current conditions, is unacceptable in our view. We remain committed to our obligations to assist in the comprehensive response to the drug threat, including in collaboration with the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. Our practical steps, including through the SCO and the CSTO, are in line with this approach. We will continue to contribute to training narcotics officers from Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Central Asia, in cooperation with many countries from around the world, including Japan. And we will also continue providing assistance to and support to our Afghan friends, including through the Paris Pact. Madam President, against this backdrop, we regret to note the stalling of the peace process. We see that attempts to convene an international meeting have not met with success. We are convinced that the key to the success of such an event lies in painstaking work with all parties in order to ensure the guaranteed involvement of representatives from the government and the Taliban movement. Russia has consistently supported the Afghan-led peace process. We are sincerely interested in its swift progress and subsequent stabilization in the country. We are confident that everyone will benefit from peace, stability, and national reconciliation, both Afghanistan as well as its regional neighbors and the world as a whole. We have made significant efforts to launch a national reconciliation process and a direct intra-Afghan dialogue. This continues to be the focus of the efforts of the Troika plus Pakistan. Unlike other previously created formats, the expanded Troika has repeatedly, not in words but in deeds, proven its significance and its relevance, as well as its ability to lend additional momentum to the peace process. This is evidenced by meetings with the involvement of government and Taliban delegations that were held in Moscow on March 18th, as well as the meeting in Doha on April 30. Following both events, joint statements were adopted reflecting common approaches to a peace settlement and the future political organization of Afghanistan, as well as the 1988 sanctions regime and other substantive issues. We note the growing global understanding of the importance of the regional context of the Afghan settlement. Maintaining regional consensus remains a tremendous help in resolving the problem. We note the need to make use of the capacity of proven mechanisms, primarily the SCO. We would like to particularly highlight the resumed SCO Afghan contact group in this regard. And we see promising potential in strengthening interaction between Afghanistan and the CSTO as well. We're convinced that the consolidation of all international and regional efforts is more important now than ever. Madam President, in conclusion, we would like to underscore once again that as a long-standing friend and partner of Afghanistan, we stand for the establishment of a long-awaited and lasting peace in this long-suffering land. We are convinced that achieving this requires strategic patience and a willingness to compromise in order to achieve national reconciliation between all patriotically minded political forces, as well as their subsequent unification on the basis of the platform of Afghanistan's revival. Without this, the conflict will only escalate. Our common task is to preserve a united and indivisible Afghan state in which tolerance prevails and numerous ethnic groups coexist in peace and harmony. Thank you for your attention.
I thank the representative of the Russian Federation for her statement.